Welcome to Fusion for Passion, a podcast where we believe that everything happens for a reason. I am Rose, and if you've ever felt like life was testing you, breaking you down, and making you question why me, you're not alone. I've been there, you've been there, they've been there. We're all in this together. From battling stage 4 endometriosis, navigating life struggles, career pressure in a foreign country, family that I left back home, to little things and pressures in life. That all alone shook me, and I realized something powerful. Every pain, every twist, every breakdown has a reason. It's shaping us, molding us, and preparing us for something greater and bigger. This podcast is my safe space, and hope yours too. This is where I can share those life lessons I've had and hopefully help you find the meaning in your own journey. So, let me take you back to the moment where I realized that life doesn't always go as planned. It was August 2022 when I was preparing all of my stuff, packing all the clothes, packing all my life in just a big suitcase or luggage. And September 2022, I moved here in the UK from the Philippines as an auditor in a big four firm. And I thought life will be better, life will be easier, life will be lighter. I did not know that living here for 2.5 years will change me a lot. I was dreaming a better life, a successful career, no more problems, easier life. But the reality is, as of the moment, I have health issues, but that doesn't define me. Neither my job did. There are a lot of stuff in life that made me realize that there's so much more than those things. There's so much more than your job. Your job is not your identity. That's one thing that I really struggle to cope up during my stay here. Because back in the Philippines, whatever you do in life, that's kind of your identity. If you're an IT, you will be known as this nerd guy. If you're a teacher, this respectable one. If you're an accountant, the money-wise one. So you see the pattern? Your job is becoming your identity. I'm not sure if that's just in our country, but I don't think that it's a healthier way of living life. And I find it difficult for me to grasp that fact when I move here. I struggle to separate my personal life as far as I can from my work. And featuring our cat, so that is Bella. And yes, it's just me, her, and Belle, and the rest of our pets. So, despite of all the things happening, life is still good. Wanna know why? Because it's the biggest challenge for every one of us, not just for me, to find gratitude, to find joy, to choose seeing the good side in every bad situation that is happening to us. I am guilty of that. It's difficult for me to do that either. But despite of everything happening in my life right now, what I always tell myself is everything happens for a reason. If that's not enough to comfort me, well, if it's not the end of the world yet. Yeah, so basically it's kind of ironic how powerful our mind works. I know it's difficult, but it takes a lot of effort and training, practice, and it's not an overnight success, to be honest. There will still be a lot of nights wherein I feel really, really lonely. But there are times when I really feel energetic, very sociable. It's just you want to find the balance, seeing yourself being contented in what you're doing. I think that's everyone's pursuit right now. Live your life steadily, happy. Yeah, I have a question. Have you ever felt like your life story was falling apart piece by piece? Because I think for me personally, it kind of does recently. There are some aspects in my life wherein it's either they're on the other side of the spectrum, which is very good, and then there's other aspects which are on the other side, which is very bad. And for some reason, I struggle to find some aspects in my life which are just in between. Not too good, not too bad, just in between. It's always very, very extremely bad or extremely good. But I believe that it's my responsibility to how to keep myself grounded. Before, I did not really imagine or planned what will happen to me here in England before I arrive here. But after my third surgery for the endometriosis, that's where I started to realize that I'm glad it happened here. Because if it happened when I was in the Philippines, I don't know what will happen to me and to my family financially. Because we all know that it's very expensive to be hospitalized in a third world country. And I think everything really happens for a reason. I got burned out from my job before. That led me into looking for jobs in a foreign country, and it led me here. And then I arrived here on September 2022. I had my first surgery July 2023. And then November following that month, I got my diagnosis that I had severe endometriosis. I did not know that it exists. I have no idea what it means. I did not know how severe and how nasty the disease. It changed my life a lot in every aspect. And yes, it's considered as a chronic illness. I'm going to speak a lot about it in the future, but it is something that made me realize how bad the situation can be. Just believe that there's a reason behind it. We never know, but maybe I'm starting just to figure out stuff. Like, for example, I'm doing this podcast. Why? Because I want to advocate for all of us who's having this experience, for all the family and friends and partners who has this disease, how it changed their lives entirely. And I know for a fact that it's not an absolute one. My diagnosis of endometriosis has taught me a lot of resilience and self care. Just because I had this, I was able to be more mindful of my diet, my fitness, and my health. If only I could bring back the past, yes, I will try to make sure that I am really taking care of myself properly. However, at this point in time, there's no point in thinking what I could have done better before. What I can control now is the present that will impact the future. But the thing is, I should only be focusing on the present, still living my life. Like what we said earlier, it's still not the end of the world. And yes, everything happens for a reason. My endometriosis opened my vulnerability. It gave me a lot of knowledge as well about the disease, how to understand it better. It opened me up to a lot of support groups, people I've met just because they have it as well. And one thing I realized, it's not absolute to every patient. Some have this in the other way or another, some just a mild one. But I think one common in all of us is the kind of pain that we're experiencing. I think no one can even describe it. And as of the moment, it's kind of hard to say that the advancement of the research that we have around the world about the treatment for endometriosis is not quite there yet. Still a lot of work to do. And I think this revolution, this advocacy, is just a small push for each one of us to spread awareness that for people who has chronic illnesses, maybe not just for those people, but for everyone, it's not expensive to spread kindness as well. A simple act of kindness will not hurt you at all. Like, for example, if you know that your comment will not do good to someone, your comment is just aiming to attack emotionally someone, why are you even bothered to say it? Yes, you will be able to feel like your ego is being fed, but hurting people, regardless of their situation, we need to try to improve that in the humanity. It's difficult, but hopefully we'll get there. And those are some of the lessons I've had as well. Like, I'm still trying to practice those lessons. Again, it's not an overnight decision. It's not an overnight practice, but we'll get there. If I didn't go through these storms, I wouldn't be here today, sharing this story with you and starting something that truly lights me up. I love talking. If this resonates with you, hit follow and share it to someone who needs to hear it. DM me your story on Instagram. I would love to feature listeners in the future episode. So next week, I'm diving into one of the hardest chapters of my life, my diagnosis with endometriosis. The symptoms, the emotional roller coaster, and the moment that everything changed. You don't want to miss this. Bye-bye. See you again next time.